was a great collab. Good job. I've been on my bullshit ever
Dub.
since Johnny messed
He's
me
got
up that
more
one time.
coffee.
But it's hot, so don't fucking drop it.
I won't.
Yeah,
I
Stay
won't. But
away.
we're gonna
from
open
producer
some.
Drew's
Keeping his distance, but vivid voltage.
Vivid voltage again.
Oh wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Who
Oh.
am I joined by this week?
Met. M-E-T-T.
Dom.
Dom.
That's it?
Yeah, just Dom.
Hey, John.
What about Buzz Dom?
Uh,
Buzz Dom? Dom
Buzz Dom?
Buzz?
Dom Buzz? No,
Dommy
just Dom.
Buzz? Okay.
Dominic James.
John. Just John.
All right. Well, let's pop them open.
Okay.
Let's get them rolling. Start
Okay.
ripping into those. Can you pass me that cord right behind you before my phone dies?
Yes,
I appreciate you. It's because like we started recording and then it said like 5% and Dom was like,
Because
Oh, what the hell?
the kids dude,
wait, plug it in.
plug it in, dude, plug it in. Plug
Oh, I
it
also
in.
have Monkey.
"You plug it in behind
He
me."
just gives you the
I also have Monkey.
Oh,
another camera takes
I'm
up. There's a
alive.
plug behind you.
power.
Hold on.
Alright, so...
All right,
so
hold
I
on.
have
Sorry,
Monkey.
look at this
is
guy
already
for a sec.
wash.
All right,
This is already a wash.
Why?
all right, double
I have
monkeys.
monkey.
Put them above the
Johnny is winning
table.
the series straight too.
Yes.
By the way.
I'm up.
Bring them over here above the
Back
table real quick, both of y'all. Get nice and in here.
Ah, fuck.
Green card. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Is it green for green? Oh, it's
Green for green.
Okay.
Double shitty.
Double toilet bowl battle.
Hey, bring him in. Bring him in. Here we go. All right.
Dom,
Card
get
trip.
Electric.
I'm gonna say fire.
Boogie, boogie.
Leaf. Water. Oh,
Hey!
fire. I guess mine.
Nice.
I should win. If it's a wash, I should win because I guess mine.
Well,
Okay.
I guess John, so I'm gonna win.
That's how
A
it
gator
works.
boy?
I made this game.
An
Okay.
anchor? That's weird.
That's a cool spider. But we
Rocky
don't
helmet?
goats.
Eevee?
How do you say that? Go goats. Go goats.
Orokuda.
Orokuda.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Orokuda.
like that whale.
Will be.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Fanfi. I won.
Reverse hollow. Careless. Crocodile.
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 I don't got a hollow. I just
What
have a
is it?
reverse hollow.
What?
Reverse hollow.
Yeah.
Who should win this one?
I think we
Do you have
should
a
just make
reverse
it a
hollow?
tie.
A crocodile.
Yeah.
I have a Fanfi.
I think we should
Oh.
make it a tie.
Oh, he got a fanfi. That's it. He won.
That's
He got
cute.
the fanfi.
That's
He
cute.
got the fanfi.
All
How
right,
does it feel to win?
42.
How's it feel? How's it feel, John?
I got
Series
Fanfi.
is 42.
Pretty good.
Whatever.
42, but this is kind of like an ugly win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
I know.
This isn't a
This was
win
down
that
in the
Johnny's
trenches.
proud of. Like,
That's
like
alright.
he's like.
But
he's
it's
not
going
proud
on the
of it.
scoreboard.
That's all right. We're not gonna talk about
Yeah,
it.
say
It's
how.
fine. All right, so we're gonna end the video
There's
here.
better
Yeah.
Pokemon things to talk about
We've
right
had better
now,
polls than that.
other than this Poke Battle.
All
Or
right.
Poke Pack
There's a
Battle.
lot better.
right,
Because we just
what-
got all the Pikachu's leaked.
Let me just end the video here real quick. Up. All right, go on.
No, yeah.
Sorry.
So there's a lot more
Gorgeous.
better things, more exciting things that are happening with Pokemon,
More
other than this
better?
Pokemon battle.
Mm-hmm.
More better.
And all the Pikachu's got leaked. Well, not leaked. The Japanese versions came out, which they're the same ones as
As
the
the
ones that
American
we'll get to,
Yeah.
but we'll just
Yeah.
get them a month later.
Damn, they're hella cute. Like
Oh,
all
there's
of
so
them.
many.
Dude, they're
Alright,
so
wait,
awesome.
here's a picture, and
Can
then
we,
we'll
can we
put
get
it up
this
on the screen too.
Yeah, it's already on screen
Yeah.
as it
it'll
is.
be on screen.
My favorite has to be either top right. Oh, honestly, all that right side,
Yeah.
dude, that's
Dude,
so
but
sick.
Check out this one, cause like
I
that,
know,
like,
that-
that
that's
was
why
like
the
the
whole-
first art,
Right.
but they're gonna do a full
Very
art.
nice.
I
of
think
the
that
very
I
first
honestly think
Pikachu
that middle
art.
one,
That's so
that
sick.
all
And then the
gold
gold
one,
one is
that all gold
clean.
one.
Gold is
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah, that gold one's probably my favorite, but
Yeah.
it's either that one or the bottom right one because it's literally
Wait,
the full art.
But
of
there's also
the
gonna be
first
V
Pikachu.
Maxes of these Pikachu's.
Oh yeah,
Look
the
at this
surfing
one.
Pikachu.
He's coming out of the sky
Damn,
with
that's sick.
There's like a
billion
next to him.
balloons.
He's a fat boy.
And then this one's trying to surf. And he's
He's
going,
surfing
whoa,
off it.
whoa, 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 I'm going to fall. Watch out. He's very handsome. And then that
Oh,
one's
that
cute
one's
too.
cute. Yeah.
That one's really cute.
And that
'Cause
one's
it's
so
the
classic
birthday.
too. Like, oh,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah,
nice.
with that classic style.
But yeah, no, we'll be trying to keep you guys updated on some of the leaks that we're seeing here.
Mhm.
Hopefully, we'll get a Charizard
a couple
leak
of
soon.
very nice leaks too.
And once
yeah.
they do come in the States, we're definitely going to try and open them
For
during
sure.
the
Yeah, I
pod. So.
And then plus,
We're gonna try our best. We're gonna try
and
our
then
best.
plus the thing that they're gonna do with this set is they're gonna take all of like the brand new Pokemon and then put them
Oh,
in
yeah.
like the old formats,
Yeah.
such as this. Check this out.
Dude,
Look at
I'm loving that Zamazenta one.
that. Yeah, no.
Mm.
And then Dragapult, and then Toxtricity, Oh yeah, dude. These
No,
are
yeah.
great looking cards.
But yeah, like I
There's
said,
not gonna be a bad card in this set.
No, there really isn't.
No, that's
I mean-
why I can't wait until we get a Charizard leak.
Like,
Yeah.
how could there be in a 25th anniversary pack? You know,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
It's got to be all.
Yeah.
What is the value
All
going to be
fire.
on these, though, you know?
I think very high, but I think they're gonna be very hard to get.
Cause that's what I was gonna say. Because
They're
it's
gonna be
very
so hard to
limited,
get.
right? They're
Yeah.
very, very limited. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
gonna
so
because all
hard
the
to get.
targets are probably not gonna get them,
Mhm.
and then like all the big box stores are probably not gonna get them. Probably like a
collector kind of thing, like a
certain amount.
what's
Yeah.
it called, a reseller or whatever.
Yeah, they're not gonna be in every city though, for
No,
sure.
yeah. But no,
For
we'll
sure.
see.
Well, that's hype because you know we love opening Pokemon cards here.
Mhm.
So
Is
So we can get back to doing the lives,
so
Yeah,
absolutely.
Ooh, yeah.
and then everyone can see us in pain, physically and
Yeah.
mentally.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Physical
Yeah.
pain because we're doing push-ups now. Oh, yeah.
Speaking
Yeah.
speaking of physical pain, somebody gave us homework.
What do you mean?
somebody,
What do you mean physical pain?
somebody gave us homework this week.
It's a great summer
And-
watch.
Hey, dude, it's such a summer movie though.
It was a great summer movie. What do you mean?
I mean, it was a summer movie. I'll give
It's true,
I'll-
true.
that
I can-
embodied summer.
that. Well, I can
Alright.
I can agree with the first thing
They
you
went to a
said,
water
that,
park.
that it's a summer movie.
They can't by the lake. All right. So the boys watched Grown Ups,
Yeah.
Yeah.
courtesy of Professor John.
And in
Okay.
case you haven't seen it, we're just gonna dive into
Yeah,
it because
no.
like
We
Yeah.
watched it for you.
All right.
we watched it
it's-
for you. Let's just.
But
say
it's
that. You
about
shouldn't-
these guys,
I wouldn't
and they were
recommend
like childhood friends, and they were on a basketball team,
Mhm.
just ballers.
Dude.
And
Oh my god.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
dude.
dude.
and
They're the full
their
set.
coach dies, and it brings them back together for the
Mhm.
funeral,
For the
and then for the
funeral.
weekend during summer
Full
with
set.
their families, and just being together,
Yeah.
connecting, vibing
Vibing out.
in the summer.
and
Kevin
that's
James,
Kevin James, Adam Sandler,
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock,
Rob Schneider.
Rob
Rob
Schneider,
Schneider.
Salma Hayek.
Devin,
she
Devin
was great.
Spade. Wasn't David Spade?
David
David
Spade.
Is that what I said?
David
Yeah.
Spade.
Oh my bad, David
Mhm.
Spade.
That was Selma Hayek?
Yes.
That was Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek.
Steve Buscemi.
Hey, did she get a
Uh,
boob
Steve
job?
Buscemi, that's right, yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
after that movie.
I would say,
Yeah,
like,
after.
in
Yeah.
Hitman's Bodyguard,
Yeah.
they were a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For
All
sure
right.
after.
But go
So,
on.
like,
we're gonna get into spoilers. So be
So, like,
prepared.
first question. This, like, type of movie was pretty, like, or, like, there were a lot of vibes for the summer, but, like, are we gonna, like, just put the flag down on this one and say that this is the best summer movie of all time?
No.
I think it's a strong
No?
statement.
I think Grown Ups
No.
That is a
2.
strong
Grown
statement.
Ups 2? That's a possibility.
Grown Ups
It's
2 is
because
a
there was a
contender.
sequel.
Dude, the best summer movie of
11
all
on
time,
Rotten Tomatoes?
that is a strong
That's-
statement.
I think the close.
Well, no. Well, you have to
The-
understand that John's totally serious.
The only other one
Yeah.
that could rival it is
Which
probably
is
like
not serious.
Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Ooh, that's a summer movie, too.
Is it though?
Independence Day is another.
Well, actually-
Anything with Kevin
Summer.
James is just a summer
Actually,
movie.
actually, this might be a July 4th movie, so we could
This
staple
is a
it
July
as a
4th
holiday movie.
It is, yeah.
Is
it
it the best holiday movie of all time?
Okay.
That's another question that you could
Yeah.
ask yourself.
But
I'm still gonna go no.
back to your question. No.
No. Okay. All right. I was just making sure.
Yeah.
There's
Oh, yeah,
any
yeah.
like
right.
differing opinions.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
of course.
Yeah, I know. And if
It's only fair.
and if you did believe that, this is the platform to just let it out. So
Yeah,
I was
no.
giving you guys that opportunity. That's all that
Okay.
was.
Okay.
Alright,
yeah.
and
No,
then,
I don't think so. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, go on.
All right. Okay. So at the beginning of the movie, those two kids playing that game, that was kind of intense.
Dude,
That was
a
a lot.
I was thinking about that. I was like, yo, they're just slaughtering people.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
you're
that's
talking
not even
about-
GTA.
like, they were-
like
That's
Yeah,
like not like
yeah.
You're talking
well,
about
like,
Adam
I guess-
Sandler's kids?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
once they're
Fuck
just
those
on-
kids at
on
first.
that-
Yeah, no. Fuck those kids at first, but
Yeah.
also, like, throughout the entire movie, they were so cringy, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the
for
things
sure.
they were... Alright,
With
some of the
gelato.
best thing... That, and then, I think it was Shiznit.
Oh, because they
Ah,
shiznit.
keep in
yeah.
mind-
Yeah, did that
keep-
just go down right?
Keep
was
in
like,
mind,
down just
this was
fine,
in
or what?
2010.
Was
this
that
was
the
in
word
2010.
back then?
It was
Shiznit?
in
Oh, that was
2010.
too old.
And then,
For
and
like-
then,
But, like,
and then
was-
Fugly?
Fugly.
Oh,
oh,
dude, I remember
That was
Fugly.
used a lot.
Remember
Yeah.
when
But-
people used to say chop? You guys ever
Yeah,
hear that
they
one?
used to
Oh,
say
yeah,
chop.
yeah, yeah.
Chop. That was like
Yeah.
totally like 2010
Chop,
too.
yeah.
You know, like
No,
was like
dude,
Jersey
it's like a
Shore,
lot of
yeah.
those words. I was like, did we really say things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
some people did. I don't know about you in particular, but
I don't know.
Yeah,
I,
dude, but those kids are just so cringy,
I don't think I ever
man.
said shiznit.
They're so cringy.
I'm pretty sure I said fugly though.
Yeah.
I was a fugly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely a few times. But
Said
like,
shiznit.
who do you guys think was the funniest one in the movie?
I don't know.
Dude.
I don't even know.
Kevin
dude. Like,
James for me, because like when they introduced him, he was in that
The pool?
that like above ground like makeshift pool.
Oh yeah.
He tries to get out and he just collapses.
Takes the whole thing
He was-
down.
Yeah, I
was-
know.
He was such a good fat guy.
Yeah.
That's what you know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Kevin James. There were times where like he was like making a joke and my face was really just like not even phased at all.
Yeah, I know. He's
But
like, do
there were
something funny,
times
Kevin James.
where I'm like, dude, like
Fall.
or something.
Yeah,
Like-
crash into something like he did on the swing.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a bad fall, and he got up like it was nothing.
Dude, yeah.
I'll,
Guy's a
Hold on.
tank.
Kevin James is OP.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that because like dude, it's just something about Kevin James and like being in a comedy, you know, and
Yeah.
especially with his like this is clearly his crew, you know. We kind of
Yeah.
already know this that
Yeah.
they're all like essentially the what
This
is it? Happy
the,
Madison crew is
this
what
is
they're
the
called.
Oh yeah.
Avengers of comedy.
Yeah.
Can we say that?
Yeah. Well, actually, it's more like the DC of comedy, I would say.
Okay,
I think it's definitely
Alright,
the
fair
DC
enough.
of comedy.
This-
I
this,
think
this is Zack Snyder's Justice
yeah.
League.
Yeah,
of
this is
comedy.
Zack Snyder's Justice League of
of comedy for sure. But like he's just a funny fat dude, you know. Like it is
Yeah.
what it, you know, and it's weird.
He's a good fat guy.
I feel like the best way to
He
like
plays his
describe
role
it,
great.
like for people that have seen it, is like Drake and Josh. Like Josh,
Mhm.
dude, he was honestly way funnier as a fat guy. Like I
Oh,
hate to
yeah.
say it, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you know, and it wasn't even just about like physical comedy, but like his jokes
Mhm.
landed better when he was fat. Like you know, come
that
at
guy,
me, but
that
like
guy,
Yeah.
that guy's got to be fat. again.
Just like-
He developed
Yeah.
like a cool guy attitude when he kind
He
of lost
changed.
so.
that.
So for Nick's
Yeah.
reference,
changed.
if you get fat, you're gonna be funny.
Yeah, you'll be funny.
Well, yeah.
A lot funnier than
Funnier.
we are now.
I should-
I think it comes with
excuse
the
me.
territory.
I think so. Well, our friend Nick, shout out.
Yeah.
He,
Storm
one of his dreams, one of his aspirations, is for me to become morbidly obese.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like to the point where I can still walk. I'm like not
Like
gonna
basically
die.
like a.
But like no
Kevin
one really
James.
knows. But I know I'm not gonna die.
You're literally just Italian Kevin James.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he,
Yeah,
and, he,
just
and he
Italian
wants
Kevin
me to
James.
be an Italian Kevin James, which I don't know.
And you can make a
I'm
movie
still
called
thinking about
the Fighter or whatever the hell the UFC one is.
Maybe when I'm like over 45, I'll just become a.
Okay,
Italian Kevin James.
What'd you guys think about that game that they played, but playing with the bow and arrow?
That was really funny.
Like,
Nah,
where
that's
they
funny.
shoot it just like
I mean,
directly out.
when it
Can we play
landed, it
that
wasn't
game?
super funny, but
Yeah, I know.
it was
So
pretty
thinking
funny.
about it as a concept.
And wait, caveat question: do you think a bunch of us would play that game at some point?
No,
I don't think
absolutely
I
not.
would.
I would not play that game. Yeah. Like, I don't think like I get the concept of like it's like a game of chicken. Like the
Well,
everybody
but,
leave.
like, what if it goes on your head?
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, what if you die? Like, I don't. First of all, I don't think they even played that game when they were kids. Like,
Yeah,
that was
no.
definitely just for comic
Yeah, no,
relief.
yeah,
But like, no,
But
I would
this is a
never
funny
fucking play that game
concept.
at all. Like, you're literally shooting a deadly device in the air and saying, "Hey, yo, who chickens out?" Like,
Could we like
and-
find like a softcore version of that?
Well,
like
isn't
in-
that wall ball?
yeah.
My
yeah,
cabin?
yeah.
Isn't that wall ball?
Yeah.
I mean, like throwing
Well,
the egg
I
in
mean,
the
not
air.
at random, but
Yeah.
like.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah,
egg.
no,
That's
yeah,
a
yeah,
softcore
That's
version.
cool.
That's
Okay,
a
yeah.
softcore version.
But the
Yeah.
arrow.
We've done that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to die, and I definitely don't want
That's
any of
too
you guys to
insane,
die.
yeah, no.
Imagine like telling like the person that died, like what happened? Like, oh, we're seeing who like chicken out the longest, and Matt got shot in the head with an
Yeah,
arrow.
it's like, dude, he's such a bitch.
So
but
like,
now he's dead.
so like during the first time that they like played that game, Kevin James like going away from it. First he's running, and then he cramps up, and then he falls to his knees, just and he falls down.
But it's like
And
slow
it's so
motion
good,
too.
dude.
Yeah, no, yeah.
He was a good fat guy.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But you have any other questions for us?
Who's your favorite character?
Well, no, we.
Well, you didn't get to say that.
Oh yeah, that's
You
right.
didn't get to say we did.
Dude, I don't think I have one, bro. Like,
Come on.
it's hard to say because, you know what? I think Rob Schneider, bro, because like
No.
he's so funny.
Dude, he was
like,
funny, dude.
Because I was saying because I think I said before the funniest character. So now this is just your favorite.
oh, the
Well,
funniest.
mine is
I
the
still think
same.
Rob Schneider because I
mine's
just
the same too.
Yeah.
because I don't think Adam Sandler is playing like the funny guy. He's,
Yeah,
he's
no.
playing like
No,
the
he's
cool
like the control, yeah.
control guy. You know.
Yeah, cool.
Oh,
guy
that was
with a
another
hot
thing.
wife.
I want to bring
also,
up
he had great shirts in this movie.
Oh, he had a
New
bunch of hockey
England
shirts.
shirts.
Whalers?
And
Vermont
then-
hockey.
Did you guys spot the Bauer poster?
Yeah,
In that
Bauer
kind
poster
of-
in the back. Yeah.
Which really threw me off because he's a basketball player, but he's wearing all this hockey gear.
Yeah,
I know.
And let's
loves
not
New
like
England.
I have to bring this up, dude. I'm sorry. Yo, ugliest shot I've ever fucking seen play basketball. Like the dude shoots the weirdest fucking
Dude,
shot.
but he's such a baller though.
No, he is. Like I've seen him ball in real life.
And like that,
Like,
bank shot, dude. Because like that guy pulls up to like pickup games and he does that shot.
no, yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
And
I
he's
hate
like
the way he
baggy
dresses,
shorts
dude. With a
like
polo
down
shirt
to his chin,
Yeah,
and like
polo
a,
shirt.
and a polo
like,
shirt that like
triple
goes down.
XL,
Yeah.
like basketball like t-shirts
Oh my
down
god,
to
dude.
his waist, dude. Oh my god.
He's like of those recent TikToks of the guy who's wearing like huge shorts and
Yeah.
like pants, and he's just like
Yeah,
he's
that's
like
his style.
vibing and
But
stuff,
he's
just
gross at
dancing.
basketball.
He is, like,
yeah,
he is.
like he's such a baller.
He's just ugly when he does it.
Yeah, I know. No, and I think that's like the funniest part about it.
Yeah.
What
But
else you got?
favorite character for me is probably Kevin James.
Yeah. Great
Also.
fat guy.
Just
She's
great on
solid,
screen,
dude.
yeah.
They're just solid.
favorite part, and then give it a rate.
I think mine would for sure be, I don't know, dude. I'm trying to think.
For me, I think mine would be the arrow scene. I don't know,
Okay.
like from not just from like a general
Oh, I know.
from just that movie, but like from all movies in general. That's such like a unique scene.
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much never see that type of thing like anywhere else besides like a Jackass movie, maybe.
Yeah.
So it's just so funny to see them all in like A, slow mo, and then B, just like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
just everybody, the whole quote unquote star-studded cast
Yeah.
hauling ass for their
Yeah.
lives from
Yeah.
the arrow, dude.
Yeah.
The
Like,
Avengers of
so-
comedy.
That scene for sure. That scene was fun.
My favorite was the funeral one when Rob Schneider is singing.
Ave Maria. Seen Ave Maria, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, because Adam Sandler's speech was actually really good, and then fucking Rob Schneider gets up there. And you're like, dude, what?
Well, and then like, but it's like then like all of they started
just looks
placing
so
bets
funny
too.
though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but like
They all started
that guy
placing
just
bets.
looks so funny. Dude, his like face is just comical.
Shout out to Adam Sandler's Hartford Whalers shirt. That was dope.
Yeah.
I used to have one. I don't know.
Hey, and you know what? Like, shout out for Adam Sandler for saying, I don't want to make great movies, I just want to bring all my boys on set.
Yeah, literally.
No,
That's what
and
it
like
is.
that was like the other thing about this movie, just a guys being dudes kind of movie with the boys.
Yeah,
Just
like I
constantly
feel
with the
like
boys,
he,
on and off the screen, just with the boys.
like I feel like he makes his movies like the way we make plans. Like, all right, hey, like let's just go play like Spikeball on like Wednesday or like
Oh,
Thursday. It's
yeah.
like, oh hey,
Oh,
I'm gonna
we
go
just
make a
did a whole
movie
movie.
with like my
Yeah.
boys
Yeah.
and just
I gotta bring
just
this
like
up to
turn
you.
on the
happens.
camera and
Yeah.
just see like where this goes.
Dude, I gotta bring this up to you. That fucking scene where they're like at the pools and shit, the hang gliding part, the zipline part, that has got to be the most
Dude.
dangerous fucking thing I've ever
I
seen.
don't-
Because it's not like
That's
It's
like
not
going
full
over,
water. It's
like-
going over like
yeah,
like
a bunch of water. It's
Yeah, it's
like
going over
concrete
people.
and then a pool, but a tiny pool, and then concrete, people,
Yeah.
pool,
Yeah.
and then a pool at the end.
if you slip, you can fucking die. Like
Yeah.
that is insane.
Yeah,
But,
that thing doesn't
yeah.
like keep you in either.
Probably
Yeah,
that part,
was
and then
terrifying.
I don't know, man. I think I gotta land in the fours.
Jeez.
Okay.
Uh,
So better than 11% on,
Rotten Tomatoes, yeah.
like by the critics.
by the critics, yeah.
By the professional critics,
11%
they're
is
calling
literally
it
1.1.
11%.
11% is literally a 1.1.
I'm gonna go 3.9.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't break 4.
You actually went lower than 4.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I went lower than 4, but the New England shirts really helped out.
Yeah.
He had a lot of great shirts.
Those were the only points, and then Kevin James.
I'm gonna go with 3.7,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
and man,
Hey, it's better than the critics.
it's better than the critics, but like Jesus,
Yeah,
man, that
critics
movie
suck.
was just like all over the place. Clearly, yeah, I mean, you know, it was a comedy and it was a summer movie.
Mhm.
I'll give it that. It definitely was a summer
yeah.
movie.
Okay.
Summer movie of our
But,
generation.
Yeah.
Definitely a mess. Definitely
Summer
cringy.
movie
Definitely
of the
all over
2010s.
all over the place. But yeah, 3.7.
Okay.
Favorite part, honestly, so I think the coolest parts of the movies are when like his kids start like realizing that like
Learning.
they start learning the benefits of like family and like actually like Well, when like everybody starts coming together,
like not being a little prick.
Yeah, like not being pricks and shit. I thought that was really cool. And then finally, Salma Hayek is like, I can't leave, blah blah blah. Like, so I thought that was really cool. Also, the part where Rob Schneider is throwing his ashes, and then he has like his hands full of ashes and he grabs the chicken.
Yeah, that's so gross.
That was gross.
And then I'd probably give it, you know what, for the sake of
Summer,
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Oh, okay. 4,
Also,
just a flat 4.
Coming in instead of a
I can't go higher. Like, I can't go higher.
instead of a 3.7, I'm gonna boost it by 1 point, 3.8,
Okay.
because Shaq is in the sequel. So you get
he is in the sequel.
bonus Shaq point
Alright.
for the sequel.
I think I have
But
to-
that's all I get.
I think I have to
3.8.
watch the sequel.
Because I loved how people watch that
think-
movie. It was like,
I
hey,
think
fuck,
you
we
should
need a
watch
sequel.
this. Yeah, come
How did
back.
they get a sequel? Who's funding these movies?
Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Is
I
who
think
it
I think
was,
I've
like-
seen it too, but like I don't know what it's about. I don't know the people
just
that are going to
remember
be in this
Shaq.
movie, but I think it's just been deleted from my brain.
I think I just remember the commercial
Alright.
with Shaq. Like that's all
Rate
I know.
this
That's why I
one,
know.
yeah.
Finish it.
Favorite part was the bow and arrow scene because all of their like
Reactions.
things like going
It was
away. It
funny,
was just so funny.
It was really funny.
That was the funniest part too. Rate gonna be in the 3s with the boys. I think I'm gonna go like 3.3.
Oh,
Dude,
On
that
your
was
own
a little-
movie?
I'd give it a 4
3.3.
for like compensatory like sake.
Yeah, because it took me like a lot of focus just to keep watching this
Oh,
movie and not turn
I
it
was
off.
so locked in on this movie. Bro.
Really?
I don't even know why. I was so
God.
locked
I was
in.
like doing other stuff
I was
and,
so locked
and
in.
like then I was like, dude, is this like still going on?
Mm.
But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Tough one.
All
But the boys
right.
powered through. I'm proud of you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
There we
So.
go. Thank you, John. For
So
you guys
that
just
was
doing the
John's
assignment.
homework.
Yeah,
And
proud of you
again,
guys.
for those of you who don't know, this is summer month, so we're trying to focus on summer movies,
Summer vibes.
summer vibes. Last
I
week
did
we watched.
understand the assignment, so that's all I know.
Yeah.
Last week we watched Top Gun. The first week we watched Justice Society, and this week we watched Grown Ups. So we're gonna finish it off towards the end. Dom's gonna
We're
give us his
all over
homework
the
for
place this
our
month.
final
Yeah.
summer movie.
Final summer movie.
But yeah, we're gonna keep on going. Well,
Not
let's
very
keep
much
going. We're gonna
disappointed.
jump into our stuff that we've been watching now, stuff that we're keeping up with. And first, we're gonna kick off like usual, Bad Batch.
Bad
so,
Batch.
Ooh.
again, we're gonna get into spoiler territory.
Yeah, this is
So,
already
spoiler
episode
warning: we're
12
deep
or some
into the series. So,
Mhm.
if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Come back.
So,
But again, final spoiler warning.
yeah.
It's right here. So
Absolutely.
let's jump into it. Bad Batch.
Thank God they closed out this filler arc.
yeah.
Like,
I'm kind of glad too. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It was interesting to see Hera and like more of the galaxy. and I
yeah,
guess-
because this is like a Rebels thing, right?
Yeah,
I
for
feel
sure.
like
It's
I would've
definitely more
appreciated it more if
Rebels
I
feed.
If they
was
seen
more
Rebels.
Rebels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Same.
But I'm glad where it's going though.
Yeah.
I'm glad where it's going.
And I like
Because
that.
it looks like it's gonna be just a showdown now.
Hauser's
Yeah.
cool.
That's
though.
true.
I have to ask that. Is Hauser affected by the chip or no?
I don't think he is. So I think that's the
think he
big
is
thing.
at
Is
all.
I think his is just defunctional. Like
Okay.
I thought
I think
that
it's
was
just
their
a
clone.
Yeah.
he was really good.
Yeah.
Plus, I liked his name, and then
Hauser.
so like there were a lot of other clones that I guess were like that too. Like they're
Yeah.
just like pure will, like kind
Yeah,
of
some of them-
overpowered it, or
Mm,
like
so
made
maybe
the
it's
chip
dysfunctional.
defective,
Which is dope.
or-
Which is really dope.
So it was like cool to see a clone like go through that like kind of
Yeah.
turning
Yeah.
point. But other than that, yeah, it was a filler. I'm glad we're out of here, and I'm glad that we're and I'm excited to where we're going. Like
Yeah.
like I think it's gonna be now more focused Crosshair versus the Bad Batch. Now.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring
think
that
so,
up
too.
next though. Did you notice that the burns on Crosshair's face are just right where his chip is at? Like his
Ooh.
head right here is like fucking gone pretty much.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They have a
Yeah,
good
I didn't
that would be
notice that.
that would be like pretty
So-
sad if like it's gone or that it's been like burnt out or something and then
He's still
that
on the
like
mission.
this is just him like just being
Oh
on
my
his
God.
mission.
That's his actually who he
And,
is.
I did not
He's just
picture
like,
that.
That'd be cool.
All right,
That makes me sad.
like this is the mission and like I'm still gonna do it.
Damn, yeah,
That'd be
that
pretty
actually would
intense.
That would make me
That's
sad.
what
But
I'm-
if you look, if you go back to it, there's a scene where he's talking and he turns and it's literally just like all
Yeah.
fucked up. Like
Maybe he
only
needs
here.
like a good like
Yeah.
punch in the
Huh.
head.
Yeah,
And then he's like back to normal.
yeah.
Oh hey, what's up, boys?
It's like, hey fellas.
But
Are we
overall,
shooting knives out of the air again or what?
but overall, like the main lesson was like pretty much Hunter learns from Omega, and he's like, maybe I should listen and like
Mm-hmm.
really take the time to help these people because like that's what good soldiers do.
Yeah.
And that was the bottom line.
Good soldiers for the elders.
Oh, exactly.
But that was the other thing too. Who else was expecting like this crazy end scene with Hauser? Like when he's like no, and he like puts his helmet back on. I thought when the doors open, he was gonna go ham and start killing everybody.
I thought he was just gonna get
blasted. I thought he was gonna get blasted.
Jeez.
I thought he was gonna die.
I was getting pumped. Like I was like, yo, Hauser, like if you go like a boss, like I'm getting on Battlefront right now, and I'm killing every droid
We're
for you.
only playing what's that?
Battlefront 2?
No.
Like
Capital
Galactic.
Oh, Capital Supremacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like 3 hours.
But I mean, other than that, like I don't really have
but that's
anything.
only one game though.
Yeah,
One
it is.
like match.
That's the best part
It's
of
one
that.
like
Yeah.
game mode really.
Once I play that game mode, I strap the fuck in because I know I'm gonna be there for a while.
But other than that, like I don't think there wasn't really much going on.
No,
We
definitely a filler.
It was like the closing to like the previous filler that we had.
Exactly.
Because the previous episode had like 2 minutes of the Bad Batch, and then it was like on with this group.
No,
So
that was a lot better than the last one. For
I'm
sure.
glad they're out of
with this
here.
being over.
And I'm excited to see where they go next. Next episode, I think, is going to be better direction wise to where it's going to end because it's coming close.
It's getting really close. Yeah, so I mean that it was pretty much again a filler episode, so there's really not a whole lot to talk about, but we are excited for the next episode to see what's going to happen. Because next it might be getting real, like we're getting into the final episode, so that's exciting. So next we're going to go ahead and get into Loki, and not just Loki, but it's Loki the finale episode. In which we do see a whole lot, and honestly, so far out of the things that we've gotten, movies and shows, this is probably the biggest thing in the MCU that's gone on in this current phase.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's start way at the beginning.
It was from a show.
Let's start way at the beginning where they first we see the castle. It's essentially a castle in the middle of space. Not only that, but let's start from the way beginning. Even from the intro sequence, we hear a lot
quotes
throughout the movie, not just from the MCU, but we hear
Cap's song with Peggy.
We hear Cap's song. And we see not only just MCU stuff, but we see like history stuff. We see who was it? Aubrey Hepburn talk.
Oh yeah.
We see Nelson Mandela talk, a bunch among other people, big figures, and they're usually like few words, not big statements, but important, influential in history as well. And then at that point, we jump in and we get into this sort of space scene. We jump out from a big universe and we jump into another one. And then that's where we dive into the actual location of the castle. We jump in. Everybody gets jump scared by, what's her name? Mistress Time, the little clock, Miss Minutes. Exactly. She scares us and she hops in.
This lady?
And next she explains to us that there's one person. And his name is the One Who Remains. Yeah, and the one who remains turns out has a deal for them too.
Can we please put that on screen?
It's either we'll put it on screen, but it's either you two stay together or everything gets reset. Essentially, we meet.
How's he able to do that?
We meet him, this one person who, again, we as for now we only know him as the One Who Remains. Exactly. We see him going. He knows everything up until a certain point. At that point, all hell breaks loose. All the timeline just rips apart to shreds, and they're left with a choice: either kill the One Who Remains, and reset everything, and essentially cause a multiversal war once again, or leave him be, and Loki work together to run the TVA. And what do they end up doing?
They kill the One Who Remains.
Exactly.
But like Loki didn't want to do it. Though.
No, he didn't.
So Loki didn't want
He was
and
played.
Sylvie did.
It's so great how they did that, right? So they do all this build up. It's like, all right, this is an easy decision. When we get to this guy, he's done. We're chopping him up.
Yeah.
But then when he explains the situation, you're like, wait, is that even the right thing to do?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And it was, the dialogue was insane. Like when you're watching this episode, you have to be locked in because there's so much that they talk about, and it's either that you're almost, wait, should I side with this kind of guy here?
Kang.
Who's that like sounds like he's
Kang variant.
kind of like should I trust him? Should I not trust him? Like, is he lying? Is he telling the truth? But I know. So I thought it was great how they introduced him.
And I do want to say, like, you kind of have to look at it
that
from.
guy killed it.
He really, and that was one thing I was telling Nick is
What's
that
his name? Jonathan Majors?
So this
Jonathan
character,
Major or something? Yeah.
he's like so different than than Thanos in the best of ways. Like he's so twisted but so like real and so freaky. And the best part about it is that he's just a human.
Yeah,
he's no special. He doesn't have any powers. He doesn't have anything. He was a dude. He's just a guy.
But you didn't like, or well, it's because I felt at times to where like I was just watching this guy talk and like I was just waiting for something that this guy was just gonna do to them.
Yeah,
and
insanely.
like I was just like, okay, because he's like doing all these things and he's like, is it gonna happen now? Is it gonna happen now? And like then he just didn't, and like then he just kept talking, and like.
And that's what I loved about it. That's what. That's
I'm like falling off my seat here.
Exactly. That was so sick. He could do anything, but he didn't at all.
Yeah.
Like only avoided attacks, and that was it.
Yeah, but he knew like everything that was gonna go down, everything that was gonna be like talked about up until a certain point, and that freaked him out.
And I do want to admit, so like real quick before we get into that,
it like pumped him up though too. That it's like, I don't know what's gonna happen now. Like, look,
that's what's so cool about him, you know. Like,
I don't know what's gonna happen, and it's like that was just crazy. That it is like, ugh.
And,
like,
but real quick, I do want to touch on what Matt said also before we get into that part. Is that you kind of have to look at it from both sides though. Is that Loki, he realized and he kind of backed away from his original intention, but and like when I first watched the scene, I was like, Sylvie, you're an idiot, like listen, what are you doing, But you have to look at it from her perspective too, is that she's been trapped by the TVA her whole life. And the thought of like, oh well, you've been trapped by them, but you know what, now you can run them, like think about how twisted that is. Like nobody would want that, like being in prison and going back and running the prison,
and then like running the thing that you like despise,
and knowing knowing that at the end of the day nobody has freedom. Nobody has a sense of openness. Nothing.
That was like the big thing.
So that's why exactly, and it goes to both. It's not just Loki's fight, but it's Sylvie's fight too. And that was like.
But it was like one was fighting for
freedom.
And then like the other one was fighting for his like
peace.
Like peace.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like peace or freedom. And peace, free will.
Yeah, and that's literally it. It's free will. It's because like. From a religious standpoint, like actually religious, like not in the Marvel universe, free will is the only thing God can't touch. Like he gives everybody the choice of free will, but Kang is taking that from everybody.
Exactly.
So like I think that's the crazy part that Sylvie's saying, is that there's a lot of innocent people that you're killing, and I understand like it's gonna start like a huge like problem, but it's like in a direction that where we can't, like we have no idea what's gonna happen, and when they enter that threshold where like everything just goes crazy, and he's just like. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Part of me thinks he does that because he was like, he did say like, you either take over TVA or Sylvie, you stab me in the chest, and she did stab him in the chest. So part of me is like, like how did you know that she was gonna stab you in the chest? She could have just cut your fucking head off. That would have been pretty cool too. Part of me still thinks that there's still a little something, but I have no idea what's gonna happen.
I think that you're kind of right on that because he even says that like it's like well there's. One or two things that are going to happen. It's like everything's going to cycle over again of pretty much what he talked about. Like all the Kangs, like they all saw each other, and there's a lot of evil ones. There's a lot of good ones.
And for all we know,
but then this one made it at that whole loop in time. Made it to where all right, hey, this works if I do this like this. Like there's no wars happening, or like it's more controlled if I'm at the top, and that's it. But I don't know, man. It was insane the way that they did it. But I feel like that we're just gonna see evil Kang, like Kang the Conqueror.
And I was gonna say
it's like because I think this one was called Invictus or something, or Immortus.
Kang v something. Yeah, it wasn't the Conqueror.
Yeah, like this was like the most like
balanced,
good like Kang.
Because he mentions it in.
That's what Loki says. Is he's like, what if this is the only good version or the best version of him we can get? Like because he knew, like Loki knew that he was telling the truth that like. If he dies, we're gonna get multiples of this guy. Like, he believed him, and he was like, sure enough, right? So it's almost like that whole thing again. It goes back to the lesser of two evils. Is like freedom, peace, dictator who still controls everything, or a madman who will put everybody under like handcuffs. Like what's worse? So that's where it kind of came down to. And of course, we talked about it. Loki Sylvie does stab Kang. And for those of you who are saying that no, it's not Kang, for the record, this person, this individual, he has been cast in Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania, And specifically, they did detail that he already is playing Kang. The same exact actor who played the one who remains.
But also, it
is technically Kang.
Come out too though that like this guy's gonna be playing like a bunch of like different type of variants of Kang,
which is
like,
so cool
in the future.
Which
and
you know,
like, seeing the best way to do this like character too.
And that's what I was gonna say. Seeing his acting chops in this last episode makes
dude.
me very, very excited. Not only just for Quantumania, but clearly, like I have a feeling that he's gonna be our Thanos. So he's gonna be our real next solid main antagonist, and that is so exciting because if he did so unreal in just this one episode as this one Kang, imagine Kang the Conqueror, like fueled with the power and like just wanting to own everything.
All playing like that uses
exactly
Kang, and he's playing like
the
a different version
tech
that we haven't even
like,
seen before, and he killed it with this variant. And it gave me chills. It gave me chills. Like this guy is the real deal.
This like variant of Kang though, I'm pretty sure. That he's called Immortus or something like that, and then like Johnny said earlier, that he's the he's like the less evil of all the Kang variants,
or the most sensible.
Sensible, which is crazy because it's like, dude, like.
Well, so how do you guys
just bone chilling? Like I was like, I don't know, what is he gonna do? Like,
so
what's he gonna do?
Like this guy was terrifying and he didn't do anything.
No, he just knew.
Like he wasn't doing anything.
Exactly.
He was so twisted, but like so like
terrifying, but did nothing.
Because even the part where she's like, "Aren't you gonna beg for your life?" and he's like, "Oh, good," and you're like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?"
And like
he's just eating the apple too.
The first time that like this guy popped up, because like I was kind of like, what the hell's going on? Like,
he's just like,
what's going on here? But then like this guy just like as time was going on, then I was like, oh my god, this guy's like terrifying.
And you have to think of it. This is a man who has literally everything. Yeah. Everything. He has everything. So like that's why I'm not surprised when he gets excited that like something new happened. You know, he knew everything.
Because he said it too. He's like, I'm old. He's like, I'm old.
I'm
He's
done.
like, I'm tired.
Dude, by the way, the way he said that, like, it felt like so deep from the heart. Where he's like, I'm old. You know, like I don't want to do this anymore.
And like that was like the thing about his character is like it would go from it's like he sounds like an old man, and then he sounds like a giddy kid, and like then he sounds like this like adult type of personality. But like lost. He just been around for like a bunch of time apparently, right?
Yeah.
And
Eons.
like it was just crazy.
I don't know
like the way he played this character and like just bounced around with his personality.
I don't know
was
if
insane.
y'all like
kind of speechless.
Had that same feeling that it's just like when he was just talking about his grand scope of basically his job of maintaining everything, and then he was just making everything feel so insignificant because it's just like, oh yeah, like you guys have been living the way you've been living because of me. I protect you.
Yeah.
It's like,
and on top of that,
I keep things in line and in order.
Think about that. This whole being,
that's crazy.
This whole being that's doing all of that is just chilling and eating a green apple. Like nothing, dude.
He's also
like a human. Like nothing. And I love that. I love that the most about him, and it makes me hella hyped for like this next phase.
So,
absolutely.
Well, that's the other thing, too, is that now, do you guys think the rumors that when the threshold happened and she kills the one who remains, everything like opens up. You see the timeline starting to open up. They're branching off. Do you think at that moment that's when Wanda heard her kids when she's doing the thing?
I think so too.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I think it is.
Well, let's go ahead and close it. Also with our final thoughts here because we got to push. We got still shit ton to talk about. But I think so. And on top of that, real quick, I definitely Loki called it about the multiverse now at this point. And definitely we are leading to that future of Secret Wars, of this multiversal war in which everything is going to collide. You know, like
especially
we've been talking
with
a lot about it. The end for sure.
But also, whose heart sank when he like went up to Mobius? And like, hey, like
it was a different Mobius.
Like, no, you're an analyst, right? Like what sector are you from? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I was so confused. I was like, oh, like he's an analyst because he knows that like Loki's analytical and he can think and stuff, but they just didn't know who
didn't know who he was.
And at all, I was not at all expecting a second season announcement. At the
I
end of
know.
Yeah,
that was the
same.
biggest. Honestly, even after everything, the multiversal stuff, that was probably the biggest thing. Was like,
Yeah.
how can they be more?
Yeah,
how is there more?
Like, what do you
But
mean
I'm in.
season
But
2?
I'm also
Yeah.
exactly. I'm
But-
definitely
but-
in
but I'm
because
in.
the best part of this, and I'll also give it a let's give it a rating because this is the finale of this, at least season 1. We can
Yeah.
we can
Right.
call it season 1.
Right.
I want to give it a solid 9.2. So far, in my opinion, if I were to rank the 3, it would be Loki, WandaVision, and Falcon and Winter Soldier, because I feel like all of them combined, the 2 at the top are so complex, and now including them in the multiverse, that is open now. It's insane, and it's real. It makes it so unreal. So solid 9.2. Very excited because we are heading towards Secret Wars, a multiversal event. We're going to see a lot more of Kang, which I'm very, very excited for. And on top of that, we still get more Loki and Sylvie. Like, how much more could you ask for?
Yeah.
Solid 9.2.
Both of them
Beautiful.
on screen together.
Beautiful.
Man,
They had such solid chemistry together.
Yeah.
Overall,
such a great
cinematically.
job developing like a new character like Sylvie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the whole show in general
Great.
felt like a beautiful movie. Like, visually, it was
It was
so
like a
nice.
5-hour movie.
It really was.
Yeah.
So, 9.2. Solid for me.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful season.
But then I'll go next because my ranking's the same. But it wasn't at first. But after watching Loki, I have more appreciation for WandaVision. But my rating's gonna be probably 9.3. I'm in the low nines also.
Yeah, no.
Sure.
I'm gonna keep the same. Cause that one's definitely on top for me, and it did kind of switch for me too. Cause I don't know, man. But I'm just gonna dive into the rate though. Low 9s for me too. I'm gonna go with Drew.
1.2.
On 9.2. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I just gotta keep that energy too. I think Loki, in terms of moving forward in the next phase, was the best written for sure. I would give it. I would say Loki for me, and then Falcon Winter Soldier, and then WandaVision. But WandaVision being at the bottom doesn't mean that it's far. Like, they're close. Like, they're really close. Of course, Loki being ahead. So I would probably give it a 9.1. Honestly, like. We that was one of the questions we had for WandaVision is how we're going to get into the next phase.
Yeah.
And it didn't really deliver that, but Loki did. So that's what
this was like the first tee off.
Exactly. And last thing I want to say about it, I'm sure we can all agree. I think thanks is in order for Tom Hiddleston because he wasn't just an actor; he helped produce it. He was a producer on the show, and on top of that, his acting
great.
and everything,
He has to produce the next season.
I couldn't have seen any other person in the MCU besides him in this role, and he was made for it. Like, he did such a good job.
It's so hard not
Exactly.
to think of that article that always comes out every so often about Marvel goes with 2 random actors for Thor, and it has Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston, and you're like,
who is that guy?
Yeah,
who is that guy?
Yeah.
But now you're like, dude, the acting chops in this
Exactly.
guy,
Yeah.
the creative mind, the person to make Loki such an impactful character that we're all talking about now. That's crazy.
And
Who would
But,
give a shit about
you
this
have to
character
give him
20 years ago?
Well, you have to give him even more credit because the fact that he said that never did I think that I'd ever be in this Marvel universe. I'm glad that I've been here for 10 years, and if I could be here for 10 more, the fact that he's committed is so much.
And I want to again double up because think about it. The first season was really kicked off by Loki, pulling the cube, and now this whole second phase, this whole last phase, will be kicked off by Loki once again. So
I love that.
I just have to say, I think from all of us, a big thank you for actually caring so much and giving it at this point. Clearly, you're all you've made a series that's unreal. So by TV standards, insane.
Yeah.
Beyond.
So just
beyond.
solid.
I didn't think we'd ever get to this point.
Looking forward to
Changing
it.
the
of
What's more?
being this pumped about it,
Exactly.
a TV show.
Talk about a tire pump. We love you, Tom.
I know.
And we want to see more of you. We're
We
excited.
love you.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige too. Yeah.
Love that guy too.
Yeah, he's got a piece
And
of
as
my
much
heart.
as we love Tom Hiddleston, now it's time for Tom Holland and his Spider Crew to step up.
He
so-
might
Is
be
it gonna be
stepping apart.
A big year
Yeah.
for Tom's.
But hey,
Yes.
we'll talk about that in our year and
Year
because we
of-
have a little bit of stuff.
okay,
but
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
so that was gonna be it for
Year of Thomas.
Loki finale, Loki season 1. Beautiful show. If you have not seen it, what are you doing? Seriously, watch it.
it out.
Seriously.
Gotta watch it.
All right, but next we're gonna go ahead and get into a brand new release before we get into our yay or nay, and this one is Space Jam: A New Legacy, starring LeBron James among many other his family as well. You know, and
one of his family.
Yeah, exactly.
Just his daughter, right?
And his son. That's his actual son.
That's his actual son.
That's his second son.
Oh,
Dominic. His name is Dominic James.
He had a lot of acting parts.
Yeah.
And so
that kid did good.
I want to kick it off. Okay, wait. Let's go. No spoilers. It's brand new. Let's go. You know, no spoilers, and then we'll get into it. So we see. Let's start. You know, kind of at the beginning. We basically see. It's not necessarily a spoiler, I wouldn't say.
Yeah, no.
But it definitely mirrors the first one.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the first Space Jam?
He doesn't go into space though.
For sure. Yeah, which is kind of whack.
Yeah.
But
so,
it's
why is it called Space Jam?
And
that is true.
And I think
Game Jam. That's kind of sick.
I think we can all agree it felt like the Warner Brothers.
Whoa.
Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. I think it felt like a Warner Brothers version of Ready Player One.
Yeah.
I think it was filled, and this isn't a spoiler, but it definitely was filled with a lot of cameos from not just Looney Tunes, but everywhere in between.
Warner Brothers, yeah.
And what'd you guys feel about that? Out of curiosity, what did you guys think?
I'll
ask you about the best one later, but you know what?
The cameo side of it, there's a lot of good ones. I felt like that they were like not playing favorites, but they were definitely showing off just like one certain group of fandom more than others. But no, yeah, like what Drew was saying, there's a Ready Player One vibe to it. I thought that was
absolutely,
cool.
Yeah, no. I gotta get on with that same kind of page that it just, but like.
Was it good though?
It just didn't feel like a basketball kind of Space Jam type of movie.
Okay.
But it did its own thing, and it wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't amazing. I will say that.
Okay.
It was meh.
As far as like, I wasn't expecting much from this movie, so I was expecting kind of like this part of the movie to bring it out more, because I know, you know, LeBron's not an A-list actor or anything. He's a basketball player. His son even as well. Like, you know, nobody even really asked for this, but it's here. So for a movie like that, I thought it was good, and I thought it was really good to see all the Warner Bros. Like productions that they do. So you don't just see like certain things. You see like everything they've done. I think they even had like a Harry Potter theme in the background.
Yeah.
You see Game of Thrones there. Like it's pretty crazy. I thought that was actually really cool.
The Matrix. Yeah.
Oh, Matrix. Yeah.
There's a ton of stuff.
All right, but so last question before we dive deep into spoilers is I was gonna ask, do you think it's better than the first one?
I don't know. I think it's more watchable than the first one.
Really?
Yeah, cause like the first one, there's like some wonky like. Well, maybe it's just like the first one's pretty dated.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I would prefer this one over it. But I don't know. It's tough because I don't know. They're both pretty low.
I think this one that they had better jerseys.
The jerseys were fire. I thought the jerseys were better.
They were sick.
I would get one.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would too. But yes, I thought it was better than the first.
Yeah, but that would be like blasphemy to say to like.
I think it is also just for the sake of, you know, movies have evolved a little bit, but that's not to say that, you know, it's gonna be better, because we've seen some flops like the new Red Dawn compared to the old one. But you know, I just think with the amount of like new technology they have and all that, bringing like this unique like ability to like the enemy team and all that, I thought it was a little bit more watchable than the first one.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I think so too.
All right, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for spoiler free, I should say. So now we're gonna go ahead and dive into spoilers. So if you have not seen the movie yet, go watch it in theaters and then come check it out with us. Come talk with us about it.
Right.
Because we will be getting into spoilers at this point. So this is your final spoiler warning for Space Jam: A New Legacy. All right. So real quick, I want to kick it off by saying I think the first one was better, but I think that this one was just lazy.
I think it was biting off a little too much.
I think it was a mess. I don't think it was very cohesive at all.
Yeah.
It definitely was not a basketball movie.
No.
It wasn't. No. It was. I hate, to be completely honest, it wasn't a basketball movie. And on top of that, dude, LeBron, I understand, you got a lot of money, my guy, but if that's the case, I think some acting lessons would have paid off. I hate to break it, to be completely honest.
Coaching or something.
But
there's some parts where it's like
when there's one scene where he gets pissed at his son and he throws the ball behind him and he goes, instead of like full force, like throwing it. He's just like.
He's like
But that's my opinion. What do you guys? Solid opinions overall. Let's hear overall opinions. Spoiler,
dude. I think I'm on the same page for freaking LeBron though, and it's like even though like the guy's a basketball player
and his son,
like he's the star of like this movie though. Like he's the star of the movie. So
exactly.
It's like, you have to give him some.
But like
criticism.
people roasted Michael Jordan's acting.
Yeah, no,
of course.
And it's
but
like,
compared to Michael Jordan,
like way better acting than Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
Yeah. But it's like.
So
can still criticize the guy.
No, yeah,
because he's put himself out there, like being like front stage for this movie, because he's gonna get it, and it's like didn't do a great job, but it's like I didn't think he would. So like
I didn't have a high expectation for him, if that makes sense.
That and it's like I'm kind of on the same page with Drew that it was like this was a mess. There was way too much, because I think they took too much and like tried to like do something with it and they didn't really get anywhere. And
like they wanted to do so many things, and they did all these things, but they didn't like. It's like for what?
No. And then I thought the end scene with Bugs Bunny was like fucking weird.
I was like, wait, so is he on ecstasy or?
Because first he died and then he pops up again and he's like,
"What's up,
Doc?" There's something going on with LeBron.
Dude, Zendaya voiced the
Lola?
fuck out of Lola.
Yeah, she did.
She did it pretty well.
Zendaya, I think Gabriel Iglesias was Speedy.
Speedy
Gonzalez.
Really?
Yes,
No way.
Speedy Gonzalez.
What did you think?
I actually think it's the opposite. I think the addition of like the game, I actually liked it because I didn't want it to be an exact reskin of the first one, because then now you have Wonder Woman 84, like,
that's fair.
Or you have Red Dawn, like, just except with Russians, it's Korean.
I think they should have just called it something else.
Weird way.
Well, it was kind of like,
I think you're right.
It could have been like Cyberspace Jam, like
Cyberspace Jam. That'd been sick. Game Jam.
I do want to agree with that and just point out real quick when I mentioned it in the beginning, like they're mirrored. Quite literally. Like at the beginning of both movies, we see their careers. We see them kind of slump into something. We see that they're like, rich. A, as kids, and then B, they grow up, they have kids, they're rich, And then, of course, there's this like big lesson to learn. He gets sent to Toontown in the weirdest fucking way, by the way, like through a computer.
Don
everything
Cheadle's,
was like computerized.
Dude,
and he
said, that was such a weird villain, and like, just like.
Algae Rhythm.
Algae Rhythm.
And I think he called it. What did he call it? The Spectrum Verse. I think that's what he called it.
Serververse.
It was a Serververse.
That's so cringe. That was dumb.
So the Serververse. Stupid. The Serververse.
Just say the WB server.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't hate the movie. I was just trying to figure out who was this movie for?
Exactly.
Was it for kids? Was it for people our age?
Was it for basketball players?
Was
Basketball
for basketball
fans?
fans?
Yeah.
I was having a hard time figuring out who this movie was for and who was it directed towards. Was it?
Yeah.
And it was
because sometimes it was the kids.
It was literally everybody.
And then they would drop these lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait,
adult.
That's not for kids.
And they did they roasted that one. What's his name? That one player who has the unibrow, the crow, or what? The brow, the brow.
Yeah.
What was it? What? Oh,
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, Davis.
Yeah.
And they like roast him. He's like, I think it's time to cut the brow. It's like or separate the brow. It's like that's clearly specifically for basketball fans, and it's like,
well, that was the other thing too. Is I feel as though like. Basketball fans in general, I think, would watch this, but that was the other thing.
I think they would like burn it though. They would.
Well, because
like hate it.
Like it's obviously not like a Coach Carter or a Glory Road.
Yeah, of course,
I mean,
like
it's. I didn't have high expectations for this movie at all. I just thought really like the graphics and everything would be a lot better. But I do want to point out that.
Better than the first one.
I think the design of the opposing team, the Goon Squad, I thought that was fucking cool. Like how they like did that with Klay Thompson. He's like wet, but he's fire. That was really cool. I just thought that design, the spider chick.
I loved Dame
Kronos.
Yeah.
I thought that was.
He was the only one that I liked. The spider was I just don't like spiders.
Yeah,
the snake lady. I thought she was cool.
Yeah, but she was
Dame and the snake lady. I thought.
And then we actually see the OG Monstars too, like the little buggers. And I think compared to the two, I do have to admit, in my opinion, I think the first one had more charm from like they stole the talent from real players in the real life and they gave it to these monsters, and then this one they just kind of like revamped like the players.
Yeah,
So I was like,
they like
you know, it was more charming.
boosted everybody's
It was way more
stats.
charming.
aspect better.
Like they
the
just boosted
Monstars.
everybody's stats like it was
You
a
know?
game because it was like they were like in a game. It was
Exactly.
like I don't know.
I
It
also-
just didn't land with me. And it could be for a different person that like they fucking loved it, but like it just didn't land with me.
And so
like,
that's also something else I want to talk
Yeah.
about that made it hard for me to get into the movie was that, you know, and that's why I said it's not a basketball movie, is because like the final finale was this game, right? And they fought for their lives, and if the Toon Squad didn't win, all the humans were going to be stuck in the planet or this world. The what was it called again? The Serververse. Oh my god! But
Don Cheadle, you bastard.
But anyways, I was gonna say that like, it had more charm to it. You know, it felt more real. It felt more legit. It was, I don't know, it was just kind of a mess overall, and that's why I wanted to point out earlier that like, you know, it goes along with who was it for? It was everywhere. There were jokes everywhere, and I felt as though it was also kind of lazy, because in the first one, dude, this is an older movie. This came out, you know, mid-90s. Keep in mind the tech was old, and for the majority of the movie, Michael Jordan is in the Toon World. He's with all these animated characters, and I feel like it was such an easy cop out for WB to be like, we'll just make LeBron animated, like no big deal, you know. We don't have to. We don't get real LeBron, no big deal. Like you know, we can just animate everything, you know. And I think that's lazy, dude. Like in my opinion, it was lazy. Like
I
But,
thought
like,
seeing
for
the
the
cartoon
entire
version,
movie, though,
like the
like-
2D version of him was like cool though.
yeah, and it was well animated. Don't get me
I like
wrong,
that.
but
Yeah.
like it just compared to the first, how much work they had to do to like for a human to
Even
mesh
in,
with
like,
an animated person.
Well,
that's
that's
a lot of
kind of
work.
the same thing though, because it's like even during the game, and then like during that like type of thing too, and then like they all turned like 3D. That was kind of the same thing too, because he's like a guy that's not like a big actor that like doesn't do this very often. So I can definitely kind of see that this would be tough for him. That it's like, all right, it's just green screen.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just like a stuffed animal. That's
no.
So
Like
I
I
can
feel like
get
that has
that
to be
can be-
harder
be
to
like-
act with. Like, oh, this is pretend this is Bugs.
And on
Yeah,
top of
where
it,
it's
it wasn't
and
just
it's like be emotional.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
just a basketball thing, you know. Like,
Yeah.
and again, I want to read back to that part real quick. Was that again? It wasn't a basketball movie because like towards the end there was this big fight, and I felt like I was so lost because like nobody knew the rules of his game.
They just bit off way
There were
too
so
much.
many power ups, and like they could do these things,
And
and
then
then
the score?
style point exactly.
The score?
And I was so lost.
Yeah,
like
no,
at
I
that
think
point,
the
it lost
score
me
is
so
supposed
far.
to be ridiculous.
It lost
Yeah,
me
no,
so
yeah,
far
yeah.
from the movie that like
Yeah.
because I didn't know. It's not like basketball that I can follow. It's like, oh, he made a 2-pointer, he made a 3. Like he needs to make at least three pointers, like you know, to catch up. No, it was just a mess.
That's why I think
And I couldn't
Wiley
follow it.
the
I couldn't-
Coyote's the MVP. The
Yeah.
guy like had
Oh,
like
yeah.
a 600-point
Yeah,
run.
I forgot about
He literally went on a 600-point
yeah,
run.
that's true.
that
But no, hey, I was gonna ask you guys, since I know we're winding down with this, who was the MVP of the last game?
yeah. Bugs.
I think I'm gonna say Granny because she just pulled up force push out of her ass, pretty much,
That was insane.
and just
she like killed Dame.
just killed Dame,
Yeah.
who was like unstable.
Dude, I don't know.
So
like
Granny's my MVP of the game there.
it's kind of hard because I feel as though there wasn't somebody that was like the like for sure MVP. I think the whole like Wile E. Coyote thing is like probably the most detrimental
600
part.
point run.
I think that's him.
I think it has to be Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, same.
Because I think it's got to be the yo.
I'm gonna go with Granny.
It's going to the yo.
All right.
She had forced push.
Let's go 2 last
Yeah.
questions and then we'll finish it off. So we got to dive in. So first one, who is your favorite character? Not just in the game, but throughout the entirety of the movie. Good and bad guys. Who's your favorite? In my opinion, I like Don Cheadle's character. Yeah, he was a little cringy for sure.
Yeah.
But compared to a lot of the other people, I think he was like diverse. He was funny. He had funny moments. He was interesting. He had a good like purpose of why he was doing what he was doing. And then when he would get pissed, he had a cool like voice modulation on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that was really cool too.
Yeah, no. That's
Yeah,
So
cool.
I liked it. I liked it.
My favorite character was Bugs because we had a little Chungus moment there.
Yes.
dude.
We had
Yes.
Chungus.
God damn it.
And it was cringy overall.
It-
Overall, the whole movie was cringy.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
It was,
It was
yeah.
all cringy.
Bugs.
And that was cringy too, but it was funny.
Yeah.
Chungus.
I'm gonna go with Bugs too.
I don't think I have a favorite character, to be honest. I honestly just think I really like the Goon Squad, like in general. I just thought like their designs are really cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then last question, and then final rating right afterwards. Let's go with your favorite scene, and that's it. And I'll kick it off. My favorite scene, and I think the entirety best scene of the whole movie was when they were looking for players and they started going through all the different movies, Matrix, Harry Potter, everything in between, and they pull like all the tunes from these movies. I think that was really funny because they each kind of vibed very well in their like movies. And on top of that, I don't know, it was just funny like to see them animated like black and white, or like, you know, Granny wearing the sunglasses from the Matrix. Like it was really funny. Like it was cool. I like that one.
My favorite scene. Oh wait, no, are you gonna drop a rate?
Oh yeah, and my rating, I'll probably give it like a maybe like a 6.2.
Okay.
I could go lower, to be honest, but I'm
that's
gonna
on
start.
like a good day.
This is a first watch, and like because I'm thinking about that funny scene, that like great scene.
I'm gonna watch it again.
6.2.
I don't know.
Easily, my favorite scene was the rap battle.
Porky, dude! He came out and he was like,
Porky went off, dude.
He just dragged him. Yeah, so that was my favorite scene, and then I'm gonna be in the 5s here. I'm gonna be a 5.6.
0.6.
Okay, that's on the good side of the 5s.
Yeah, that's on the good side of the 5s.
God damn it, dude! You took my favorite part, Porky, dude. Porky just went off, dude.
Dude, he shredded.
You went dumb stupid, dude. That was bad, dude. So that was my like favorite part. But for the rate, I'm gonna go like 5.3.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm in the 5s though, but yeah.
You're on the right side of the 5s.
So, my favorite part, honestly, dude, I don't know. It's kind of hard because there wasn't really a part that like really stood out to me. I think honestly, the introduction of the Goon Squad, I just keep going back to them because I just think they were one of the better aspects of the movie. So probably the introduction of the Goon Squad.
They were.
It would have been nicer if they focused more on them earlier, kind of like the Monstars, you know, where they like got big and they were like good, and everyone was like, oh, you know, like, they just kind of appeared.
I think that, and then rating.
Yeah, no, they did just kind of show up.
They've been hyped
so
up.
Sick.
I'll go ahead and give it a. Because like I said, I wasn't expecting much in this movie, so I'm gonna give it like a 5.8.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 5.8.
That's fair.
In my opinion, I like the first one a lot, dude. The first one was pretty solid.
I think I have to watch the first one.
You do.
I haven't
really
seen
need
the
to
first one
it.
in a while, but
Was,
I enjoyed this one. Like I was in like,
to be honest,
and I didn't sit in my seat.
I give Bron credit though. I do give him like a ton of credit for doing this movie.
And his kid. I didn't realize that was his kid.
And that's like pretty like damn cool that he brought his kid into it too.
No, yeah,
absolutely,
sure.
yeah.
I think I would watch the first one though, just to see the major differences, and like because I feel like the first one, at least it was a clear direction. This one was just like, man, so much is happening.
Yeah, here,
and, like,
there,
I have no idea.
Everywhere.
And for some reason, the Iron Giant was in it.
I know.
And for some reason, who else was a big big one? King Kong was in it.
Was there,
Did you know Among Us was in it?
No,
One
really?
of the yellow astronauts.
And
he was in it.
Oh,
well, that's like the whole
Beetlejuice was in it. Pennywise was in it.
Oh yeah,
Batman, Robin.
Well, like we saw like a lot of Batman in this one.
Yeah.
Like I felt like in
and we
like
saw
almost
Soups.
every background.
And we saw Soups.
I didn't see Soups.
And final thing I want to talk about, they definitely made fun of themselves in the like the pitching room, where they were like, "Congrats, like you know you can be immortalized forever, like in Warner Media," and everybody was like, "Dude, I feel like that was an exact reflection of the DCEU."
Yeah.
Where everyone's just like, "Dude, are you serious? Like, are you listening to yourselves right now?"
Like,
but all right. So anyway, so that was gonna conclude our Space Jam. We're gonna jump right into Yay or Nay because we have a lot to get into. So starting off with Titans Season 3 trailer. What'd you guys think of that?
I actually watched the trailer.
We got
and
a full thing.
Want to watch the other seasons.
It does look interesting.
Yeah.
But who was the main bad in that one? Who was the main bad again?
For Season 3?
Yeah.
So Season 3, it looks like they're going with the Under the Red Hood vibe.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's what I was...
Yeah, they are going with the...
And it seems interesting.
And
for Season 2, though, they did Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Right. Which makes sense.
Yeah. No,
which must have been pretty, like, I don't want to say forgettable, but I haven't seen anything on it. Like, I haven't seen...
No, I haven't seen any of the episodes, nothing.
It just didn't look appealing to me, like when they were like, "This is the cast," and I was like, "What?" Okay.
Yeah. All I know is also like Castle's in that one.
Yeah, and also Beast Boy just turns into like
two things:
a tiger, and
then
that's it. Like a gorilla, I think. Like, that's it.
So yay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna also give it a yay. Seems interesting. Maybe I'll watch it.
Trailer.
Maybe.
I'd give it a meh. Like, I really don't care. Like, I don't watch the first two, but meh. Like, the yay for yes, for like it looks good, but nay for like. I don't think
doesn't make you wanna.
It doesn't make me wanna.
Butter your peaches.
Especially because like this isn't Titans for like the DCU. It's just Titans. Like you know, it's not like Loki for like the MCU.
That's true.
Yeah, no. And it doesn't like got that like boomer budget too.
No.
I'm gonna give it a yay. Yeah,
solid
I thought it looked cool, but
right.
I don't know if I'm gonna dive in.
Yep. All right. So next we have Margot Robbie. She has announced that she is planning on leaving her role as Harley Quinn.
Good for her.
This is what she said exactly. She said, so apparently, like, they're planning on killing her off. That's how she found out about it. But she was completely okay with it.
Spoiler.
She was completely okay with it, or some of that, because she said, I need a break from Harley Quinn. She's exhausting. This is my problem. If you're going to take on a role of that magnitude, I don't expect you to stop because it's exhausting. Imagine if Chris Evans was like, I need a break from Captain America. Like, he's exhausting. Like, when you take on a role like this...
what he said? Because of the workout regimen.
But he finished the end game. Like, he finished that. It wasn't like 1 to 2 movies. It's not like Winter Soldier was done and he was like, oh, I'm done.
At least she's still going to finish, you know, at the same time.
Yeah.
So like the only reason why I'm okay with this is because they're literally in shambles, so there's nowhere to go. But I have a problem with taking on a role this big and not being committed to a full like aspect of it. I think that's a problem.
So nay?
I'm going to go nay. Just in general for DC as well.
I'm also, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna go yay more so for Margot Robbie because yes, she did honestly probably the best Harley Quinn we'll see in quite a minute. I'll be honest, she nailed that role. But honestly, it must be tiring. It must be to put on that type of like always smiling and always crazy, like that must be exhausting. Yeah. And she's a great actress. Like she can do great in anything else. So like. Solid yay for her. At least she can be moving on to projects in the shittiest way, projects that are worth her time.
That's the only reason why I was okay with it.
I'm gonna say yay for that reason too, just so that she's leaving. But honestly, I feel like she would have a different tone about this role if there was some sort of base with the DCEU.
Exactly.
But there's obviously nothing, so I don't blame her. So she's out.
I don't blame her. Good for her. She's doing the right thing, and this was bound to happen.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree with that.
No.
For
and
sure.
it's like this is not a what this came out of left field. This is something that it's like I kind of hope this is the first domino of all these like different kind of people playing bigger roles. That are just gonna bow out.
No, for sure.
That are just gonna keep bowing out.
This is the type of thing that's the only thing that's gonna wake up Warner Brothers and be like, and DC and be like, get your shit together. Like people are leaving.
Well, that's what the new when Discover or whatever took over. They just start like cap and everything, which is okay with me. I think if she worded it better, I would have been a little more accustomed to it. Because if she would have said, I just don't see the DC going anywhere, so like I'm gonna leave. But she said because she's exhausting, and I'm like, well, that's the character.
I don't think an actor would like trash a studio though, because of like there's other opportunities.
Like from a professional aspect.
But
anyways, so
no, go for it.
All right, so anyways, so that's that one. Next, we're gonna talk about Antonio Banderas is gonna be in Indiana Jones 5. So, for the record, we don't know what it's called, Indiana Jones 5. We do know Harrison Ford is gonna be in it, obviously.
In diapers.
Other than that,
that's all I care about.
We also know that now Antonio Banderas is gonna be in it. So I want to say yay because he's a solid actor, dude. Puss in Boots, come on. But anyway, but just in general, like he's really good. He's pretty solid, and I feel like he can add like a sort of spice.
I think it's good. I think it's
good. Yay! So solid yay.
Yeah. You know what? I'll give it a yay as well. I think it's good. However, we've seen that good actors in wrong environments can suffer, just like he did in the fucking 8th Star Wars movie. Like his character is legitimately useless. So I hope that he's used in a good aspect. So I'm gonna give it yay for that.
I forgot that this project was going down. But I'm gonna give this one a yay because Antonio Puss in Boots, great actor.
Yay.
Give me more of this guy.
Yeah.
All right, so next we have there was a certain leak. So this might be spoilers in case you're interested in Spider-Man, but in case you're not, keep going. But anyways, it's a slight leak. Spider-Man it's clearly having a movie. They're having merchandising, and more merchandise has actually been leaked. We talked about it last week with Funko Pops. We talked about it with Lego sets that have been leaked. But now an official, fully, really detailed figurine of Spider-Man wearing a black and gold suit with a red trimming on the fingertips and everything. Not only that, but he has a sort of looking time mechanism in his chest, and his webs look to be time enhanced, some sort of like bluish vibe going around it. And I want to give it a yay. I'm going to give it yay and an A. Yay, it's exciting because the suit looks sick. The webs look unreal. But nay, because we're getting a little bit more spoilers. But you know what? It happens.
Seen this introduced in the movie, but hey, it happens.
Exactly. And I explained it to. It's a type of thing that.
It happened with Endgame. It happened with.
Exactly.
It happens in almost every movie.
It's the type of thing that
it's impossible
Disney makes these deals. Yeah. The merchandise has to come out at a set time. What are you gonna do? You know, that's you have to bite the bullet. You know, but it's beautiful for sure. What do you think, Donald?
Yeah, just give it a yay. You know, like I said, you don't like it when shit gets leaked like this, especially if it's like a toy or some shit. But you know, something of this magnitude, it's so hard to keep quiet. And now that we're finally getting something, because we haven't been getting anything, like it's nice. But yay for that, nay for the leak, but yay for this.
And beautiful suit,
dude. It kind of looks like a gauntlet too.
It does.
Like that's on his wrist. Dude, that's just it. Just gets me so pumped for this movie. Yay, of course.
Yay. All right, so next, this one's gonna be a semi-short one. So Fear Street, it's gonna be a semi-horror, more so thriller series.
On Netflix.
It's gonna be on Netflix, yes, and it's gonna be a trilogy. And the weirdest thing about it is the trilogy goes backwards. It starts in the early 2000s or mid to like 2010s, I would say, 2013, I would say. Then it goes to the 80s, 87, I think in particular. And then it goes to like old 1800s time. So it's Fear Street and it goes backwards. So what do you guys think about that? We got posters of it. What do you guys feel about it?
Well, it's timelines like that mess with my brain. And it doesn't take much to do that, but like especially with the fear and horror aspect into it too, like it
sounds very twisty.
It sounds twisty, but
78. Let me correct myself. It's 78.
I am nay because I would need to watch that with the boys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I can't watch that.
I'm gonna give it a yay. It looks interesting.
Too scary.
It's kind of very interesting that it's going backwards. I think that's very I mean, don't get me wrong. It's smart.
Right.
And again, let me double correct myself because part 1 is going to be 1994, part 2 will be 1978, and part 3 will be 1666.
Oh, Jesus.
Which clearly,
I want to watch it.
It's like some Salem witch
Scary
trials.
So John, last one.
Scary year.
I would say a yay. But just because it's very twisty, and it's like, wait, are these dropping at the same time?
No.
Alright, so are they going to be dropping like far apart from each other?
I think it's like every year.
It's like every week.
Every
it's like
year?
July 2nd, July 9th, July 16th.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. Damn, cool.
So they already dropped.
Yeah, you're right, every week. No, well, not yet.
I think they're on Netflix. I think I've seen them on Netflix.
They should drop in October.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Nay for me.
That's a missed opportunity.
This should be an October thing. This should come out on October. It's Fear Street.
They would literally roll that month.
Like that entire month. That would be theirs.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're already dropped. So yay in terms of like the concept is cool. Fear Street, that's pretty cool. Like it's like I'm envisioning like a street and like each house is like its own horror thing. Like that's pretty cool. Nay though, missed opportunity. This should have been in October.
They really should.
This should have been October. In July, we're all about summer. We're all about like having fun. October is spooky vibe season. I don't know.
And maybe the second one.
And possibly the second one.
So
summer.
It's a nay for me. It's a yay for the concept, but nay for the time.
You give it a yay, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. So next, let's go ahead and kick it into high gear because we got to get through this. So next, we have Deadpool and Korg react to Ryan Reynolds' new movie. They basically sit on the couch, shoot the shit. People are considering it Deadpool's first step into the MCU. When you think about it, technically yes, but it could be a joke. But you know what? This is Deadpool style. This is definitely Deadpool style. So, it would make sense for something like this to be the first thing he does in the MCU. You know, so I want to say solid yay. It was funny to see them both vibe. They like roast what's his name, the voice actor of Korg. Taika Waititi. Waititi. They make fun of him, and but overall, like I don't know, it was cool to see them both on the couch. Like it was just funny.
Yeah.
Well, no, and it also kind of gives those people that are like, oh no, Deadpool's only funny when he's only dropping F-bombs and he's talking about like dicks and shit. Yeah. It's like, no, he was literally didn't talk about any of that, and he was still funny.
Still funny.
He was still great chemistry wise and his character wise. So yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
That's his first step.
I'm gonna give it a yay. Part of me does think it's a joke, but at the same time I don't, because I don't think Taika Waititi would have done it if it was a joke.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I'm gonna give it a yay because I would love Deadpool to be part of the MCU.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thunderbolts.
Ooh, Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
no, definitely a yay for this one. I thought they had a great dynamic, and I think you can get that same type of like chemistry with a bunch of different characters in the MCU.
An actual full.
And that was just a little taste.
Exactly.
What if in Far From Home, this just came to my brain right now. It might be very dumb, but I don't care. What if like there's like a multiverse portal thing happening, all this multiversal stuff is happening, and in like the background, like it's not even focused on him, but he's just like crawling into the
through
MCU.
a portal.
Yeah,
I can see
like,
it.
it's not even focused on him, and like we're like, did he just
it's either something
part of the MCU now?
And doesn't even like talk or anything.
No,
It's either something like that, or like he's gonna be launched through a portal and he's gonna be bouncing out just like and he's like, oh, how did I get here? You know, exactly. So all right, so that was that one. Next, we're gonna talk about Henry Cavill meeting with Marvel executives
in London. Yes,
naughty boy.
This league.
There hasn't been a lot leaked about it. Nothing's been said. People just know that he was bombarded by fans when he walked in to Marvel Studios in London or whatever, and I'm full yes to this because you've been mistreated as Superman in the DCEU.
Get out of there, Hank.
And we want you to be successful in something like this, so I would love to
even though he's a great Superman.
We're like Hank's like friends that are seeing him in a toxic relationship.
Yeah, he's like, bro,
we just want what's great.
Bro, just get out of there. Dude.
Yeah. But yes,
do what's right for you.
Yeah,
I'm also gonna give it a yay. I don't know who he could beat, to be completely honest.
I have no idea.
With his acting chops and the way he looks, dude.
Literally, maybe the Marvel version of Superman. What's that guy's name?
Superman.
No.
Marvel has.
We should also be. What's his name?
There's
what's his name? Adam. What's his name?
Adam from
Adam Warlock.
Adam Warlock.
Oh, all right.
You know?
Ooh,
yeah.
I mean, if he's not in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But,
Supernova, that guy?
No, it's different.
Supernova?
Nova's more of a kid, though. Nova's more of a kid. He starts off as young.
Yeah,
alright, go on.
Okay, yeah.
You ready?
Dude, big ass yay.
Solid,
big ass yay. Like, just for this dude, just doing the right thing. I'm proud of him.
Exactly. Alrighty, so next we're going to talk about how there's been rumors and actually some, I guess, pictures or at least some views on the fact that, yes, The Flash is being still recorded, but apparently they found 2 Barry Allens on set. Not just the Barry Allen we're used to in Justice League, but apparently there's a double.
So there's like some... So obviously that just tells us there's some timeline stuff happening. So maybe they're going to do it. Maybe we'll get some Flashpoint. Who knows, but... Let me give you a piece of life advice at this point. Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
Don't get your
And
hopes
you know
probably going to be something stupid.
Yeah, it's probably going to be something dumb.
I'm going to take the opposite of Matt. I'm going to go yay because you know what? Maybe this is the last hope. Maybe this is a way they've reset and try
that was
again.
Like 3 hopes ago. Though.
Exactly. Well, maybe this is it. You know,
but maybe that's
this
our
is
trend.
one.
That's our
exactly.
thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna counter it because we need
but
some diversity in here.
I'm out.
But I'm gonna say yay. Maybe this is an opportunity. Maybe they might finally do something, anything. At least leave an open slate. That's all you can do at this point with the Flash movie.
Yeah.
If they're gonna redo everything and they're gonna mess with time, just leave the ending open. Don't leave it closed. And at least if it's open to a multiverse, there's still some kind of chance.
The reset button of all reset buttons.
you know what? I'm gonna give it an A. I'm hopeful that maybe there will be something. But it looks like the guy was wearing yellow, so I don't know if maybe he's kind of like a Reverse Flash type thing, or something like that.
That might be cute.
But you know, just where DC is, I just don't think they have the capacity anymore to do anything. So I'm gonna give it an A. I really don't care.
I'm gonna give it a yay, because give me the different timeline stuff. Give me different variants of the same character. I like that stuff. It's cool. It plays. Yeah, it plays because of Loki. So it plays.
Yeah.
So this could be sick. So I'm kind of excited about that, but I'm not gonna get pumped up for a Flashpoint.
I don't want you to be excited though. I'm sorry.
Oh, he doesn't want you.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
That's toxic.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry.
It's for your own good, is what he thinks.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, but and by the way, we talk about it. Henry Cavill does have a good shot of being Sentry. Sentry, just looked at him.
That's
Sentry is who we're talking about.
That would be such a troll job. He's literally the Superman of Marvel.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but all right, so our last piece of year before we get into gaming news, because it's half gaming news. So there was a big reveal, and this is actually looking forward to the future of gaming. Who knows? We might be headed more in this direction. But Steam has come out with what they're calling the Steam Deck, and it's quite literally the Nintendo Switch, but for PC games, and not just PC games. Microsoft games can be played on it as well. So Xbox games can be played on it as well. Later, they're looking down the line. Epic games can be played. So like the Epic Launcher, all those games can be played on it as well. And they're trying to see if PlayStation will open their doors as well. So this is future. This is like
an all-time Switch.
This is Xbox One levels of graphics on this little thing. This is solid graphics, and you can download different softwares on it.
Man. It's got some balls on it.
The only downside of it is it's designed like the old Steam controllers when they used to have a console. They also had a console, but the controllers were absolute dog shit. But they're trying to integrate sort of things like that because there are touchpads on it where you can aim instead of using just the sticks. And so, but they are pricing it. They have different versions and different pricings. The cheapest one starts at about 500 something. Wow. It's a basic package. Basically, the lowest of the lowest, you get like something like less, maybe like 50 gigabytes, something like that. And the best one tops out at about 640, I want to say. And that one you're running at about a 250 gigabyte hard drive. Jump. It's an SSD, by the way, which is faster than a regular hard drive. And, it's running on a faster processor on that. So, like, higher versions, you will get better runs.
Strong boy.
So, what do you guys think of that?
Yeah.
What do you think of future gaming? What do you guys think?
Yeah. I'm in on this Steam Deck thing. It feels like that there's a lot of, that they're taking, like, the portable, like, gameplay to a serious level. And I like that you can just have access to all the games on Steam. Like, that's sick. Yeah.
I'm also going to go yay as well because, like, you can do so much. And on top of that, you can also still set it up and you can still plug in a mouse and keyboard to it.
No way.
Which is insane. And you can hardwire it.
You can just pack that shit.
So that's what I feel like this is genuinely a sort of step towards the future of gaming, more portable stuff, more ease,
more accessibility,
triple A stuff, like, in your hands, So I'm solid yay. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not going to pre-order it for sure, like I want to see how it does to see if it's a piece of shit, It could still be shitty with the controller side, but the bottom line is the possibility and the opportunity, and I think that's a solid.
A ton of upside for this.
Exactly. What do you think, though?
You know what? Yay for the game community. It's come a long way, and anything to get that community even moving forward, I would love. I don't think it's something that I'm really gonna look into, at least not at first. But yay for them. They're not just a desktop system. Now they're going to be moving to portable. That's a huge step for them, and that's great.
Yeah, no, that's a big yay. But for the Switch, like breaking all that like dumbass news that they did for their brand new Switch,
it really shatters them. It really
shatters
them hard.
They are just like they didn't do anything to their Joy-Cons. Like they just put a bigger screen and like that's it. And then it's like this freaking like bomb of a portable console drops, and it's got balls on it. Like that's a hot seat because it's like that's their like domain, like portable portable gaming.
It's weird though because Nintendo
they literally own that space,
but Nintendo still owns their IPs, so it's not like it's gonna run them out. Like you can't still play Mario on this Steam Deck. But it's competition for sure. For sure. We love to see it though because that just pushes each like company to get better. Exactly.
Competition's important. Competition's important, and it's good that like there's a different person or like there's a different company diving into this space.
Exactly.
Because then it's gonna like boost them up too. It's like, all right, hey, we got to do something too.
All right. So everybody gave it a solid nay pretty much. So that's going to be it for our year nay. But we're going to kind of bleed off into this gaming news with continuing on with the Steam Deck because there is also news that the console is already being prospected to be scalped. And not just for like chump change. The big prices on eBay are going for $5,000 already, and these are just on pre-order stuff.
The weasels.
And I want to start off, dude. This is ugly. I want to get into it's
great
so
segue
ugly.
though.
Exactly. Yeah, perfect segue.
Yeah. Good
but
job,
like,
Drew.
I want to say this is gonna be one of the ugliest freaking practices in like the States. It's so
just rats.
sweaty, and I feel
But
like
it
this is gonna be.
all the time,
I feel
though.
like this has to be something that honestly should like a law should be made about.
Yeah.
In terms of bots, in terms of buying a set amount of like a console or even a good from a consumer. Like if this was from merchandisers or other like resellers, like actual stores, it's fine. You know, it's fine. They're gonna resell it. But they're consumers that are buying these, you know, the people that are holding on to them quite literally for hostage, and this is becoming the norm, you know, like this is unreal.
No, and it's like
system.
people and like
It's
these
disgusting.
type of people don't just buy one, they buy 5.
They don't
They
just
buy
buy
10,
5,
they buy 20.
they buy hundreds.
Yeah. And
These bots will
and,
change.
Like,
you know?
those are the guys with the bots. Yeah, and like
Exactly.
those bots are insane. And, it's
And
like,
I also heard it's not even that hard to like get a bot to
that
do
does it.
this.
Yeah.
Like it's
Exactly.
like it's not a hard thing to do if you literally set your mind to it, follow a couple videos, boom, you have a bot to buy 3 for you.
Yeah.
So
So
ugly,
so of course this is going to happen all the time, but yeah, that's why I think there should be something done by this, because it's happening with everything.
Yeah.
And I know
Literally everything.
Don, what do you think about this?
I mean, like, it's scummy. It's the whole reason why I don't even have an Xbox Series X now, because people are buying them in bulk and they're selling them for 2 times the price of what it is, and people are chimps and they're gonna buy them for that price
Because they want it.
because they want it, and it shouldn't be like that. We are in a
Because
capitalist
monkey want banana.
economy, but
Monkey want banana.
Something has to be done.
it's obviously something has to be done, because I mean, it's not even like the companies selling them that are even making the money from this.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
like
no.
the people doing it, and
Just
it's a
being
scummy
rats.
thing. So
the leeches.
I
of
think
the
it's
internet.
definitely disgusting, and it's some. I feel like genuinely,
I spit
it's
on
gonna
these
get
people.
to the point where
Yeah.
something needs to be done. Like literally, something has to be done because
yeah.
laws
it's
and
gonna
stuff.
get worse and worse and worse, and they're gonna take advantage of the system completely because they can.
Yeah.
They're not gonna
Just
receive
because
any
they can.
repercussions from it.
Yeah.
They're completely free to do this, and they're gonna make
Yeah.
more money. So something has to be done, dude. It's unreal.
But like
it's,
I feel
it's
like
unreal.
these like
Just
companies have
pre-orders
to
though.
get
That's the
pissed
worst.
off.
That's
Exactly.
the worst thing about this. Though.
Exactly.
'Cause,
On
like,
just straight.
they were
pre-orders.
doing this with like PS5s, the Xbox, but like that was when like they actually dropped. These are just pre-orders.
Maybe they just
So
have
scummy.
to just stray away from the online stuff. Maybe it's just like, no, you have to come in
Physical.
store.
Yeah.
Like
Honestly,
first come, first serve.
like,
and
I
you
could see
only
that
can
being the
buy
future.
one.
I
Yeah.
could see that being the future, to be honest.
Yeah.
So it's like whoever waits them out longer
Because
gets
it's
their
cool,
system.
like that it's online, but it's like you got to go back a couple steps because we're dealing with
Bots.
freaking bad chimps,
Yeah.
bad
Exactly.
monkeys that just want
And
bananas.
they're ruining it for everybody.
Yeah, no.
But all right, so that was gonna
They're
be.
ruining it for the good monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
They
if
just
you
want one banana.
Yeah.
if you disagree with that, you know, complain.
Mhm.
Make
Complain,
bitch about it because they're
bitch
only
about it.
something's only gonna happen
Comment.
if everybody bitches about
share,
it. So
comment,
be pissed.
share.
I
'Cause
encourage you
apparently
to be
that
pissed.
shit actually works.
Because you
It
should be
actually
pissed,
works.
and they're getting away scot free. So do something, you know, be
Yeah.
pissed. Anyways, next, let's be quick. Last three, sorry. So Smash is gonna come out technically on Nickelodeon. So Nick
Dibs
is
on
coming
Danny
out.
Phantom.
Yeah, exactly. Nick is coming out with an all-star team, just like PlayStation did. They had PlayStation All Stars, which is essentially Smash, but with PlayStation characters. But now it's gonna be Nickelodeon, but Smash. You know, all these different characters are gonna be fighting each other. It looks like the same rules. Looks cool though. You know,
Yeah. Dibs
on
honestly,
Patrick.
looks smooth. Dibs on Reptar.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I'm gonna main Patrick though.
What do you think, though?
Yeah, you know, it's cool. It's nice to see things branch out in this kind of way. So
Key for the kids too,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right, second to last thing, Netflix is actually planning on streaming games now, which is interesting because I
Go
can't help
home,
but
Netflix.
think like
You're drunk.
Netflix is like turning into Redbox almost, you know, like
Yeah.
they're like wannabe, you know, like
They're just, like,
GameFly, you
trying
know,
to-
like
they're just
hang on.
like
They're just
very
trying to hang
slowly
on.
falling off. They're very
Yeah,
slowly
I have a
falling
weird-
off,
I have
and
a weird
trying to
feeling
do
they're dying.
crazy shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
honestly.
I don't think Netflix is dying. I just think that, you know, they're seeing a lot of the other competition come up, and streaming services aren't really like on page sometimes. I still think they have a lot of hit originals, but I just think this is way out of their ballpark. I don't think.
But
this
also,
is it.
like all these big ass companies are just like they had all their shit basically on like this platform, and now they're just taking their ball and going home. And it's like, all right, well,
why wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, like, we can just do this, and it's like, and they are, and it's actually working.
And then the more and more that progressively happens, it just hurts Netflix.
Yeah, because that was just like this like place that all these companies were going to, and now they're just going home.
Exactly. All right, last thing, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into our homework.
Last thing, real quick, this will take like 30 seconds. Call of Duty has recently said that they still have hopes of competing with Battlefield 2042. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Because they think they have the edge of simply having campaign,
I spit on them.
It's just sad. It's just sad. It makes me think. You've given up on your multiplayer. You've given up on your fans, and you're just saying, "Hey, play your campaign," because that's where we have the edge in Battlefield. Jeez. Makes me sad.
It's like that's all they have at this point.
Shout out Mickey Mouse, because I think he explained it the best way. He was like saying, "It's like, all right, you have to understand, Call of Duty, like when we like say, oh, you know what, like this sucks about it, like they're hackers, this and that." They're making so much money that those complaints are literally like taking a strand off of a giant, very nice beach of theirs. Yeah. And it's nothing to them. So that's why nothing changes.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to get that game to wake up, but they have so much money that they're like, why should I change anything? Look at all the cash we're making.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
I think it's just gross. And you know what, like, yes, single player is definitely the way for like PlayStation. They're killing it with Spider-Man, God of War, all their single player solids.
But
that's
like
story
driven. Captivating.
These are exactly, not to say that Call of Duty isn't story driven, but like it's kind of hard, you know, like especially when
it's known for its multiplayer.
Exactly, when its big moneymaker is the multiplayer. Like we hate to admit it, you know, back in the day that wasn't the case. Modern Warfare was solid, like as a series. The multiplayer was compelling, but now I don't care. I just don't care.
Like,
you know?
Yeah, and like that's like the big thing that it's like I just don't care about like this type of campaign that we've probably seen like 3 other times.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So, all right. So that's gonna close off our pretty much everything for our podcast. Last thing we need to get into that is very important is our homework.
Yep.
So, Dom.
Professor Dom.
Just to close out summer movies. I have one back of my head, but real quick, I gotta ask you guys: have you guys seen the movie A Knight's Tale?
Yes, I have.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. Have everybody seen it? So I will send that one out. Summer movie, close it off with classic The Sandlot.
Oh, Sandlot.
And you know, summer is all baseball. So baseball is a great summer aspect, and this is a great
American pastime.
Be on the lookout for a live stream with all the boys, because we're gonna do
we're gonna play football.
The Dinger Derby.
Because I already told Martin about it. He said he's down for it. So
all the boys are
go
in town.
home, watch The Sandlot. I'll come back and I'll have some questions.
Perfect. All right. So you heard it here, The Sandlot. So if you want to watch it with us, you're more than welcome to, and come and discuss it with us. We invite you to for sure.
So many one-liners.
Exactly. That's literally going to be it for our podcast this week. Remember to follow us on TikTok, on Instagram. We've been posting a lot more often as well too. We're trying to get some more eyes on us and share us out. Again, we work pretty hard on this stuff and we make an effort for this stuff. It's not just for us, but of course we do enjoy doing it. For sure. But again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for keeping up with us. And we just our question last thing. Anybody have a question? Or anything else?
Tell us what you think about the new Space Jam.
New Space Jam?
Do you like it? Do you think it's better than the
first? Or are you
one?
gonna watch it? If you haven't seen it, are you gonna watch it? Are you inclined at all?
Yeah.
Or not? And why?
Does it tickle the fancies?
Exactly.
Does it?
Why does it or why doesn't it?
Dude, definitely those jerseys.
Get into it.
And grown-ups, go watch it.
Don't do it.
And the second one.
All right, so that's gonna be it for our podcast. So thank you so much for listening to the Buzz and the Boys Talk. All right.
Thank you guys.
I love you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Love you so much.